Okay, so our next assignment is going to deal with animation and moving images. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start by doing a flip book of just kind of a circle kind of moving across, and that's exactly what I want you all to do. There's different ways that you can complicate it and do different things. I'm trying to make this easier, so I'm just using a sticky pad. You can cut up a piece of paper, you can use whatever you want. But you'll probably need, 15 or 20 little pieces of paper. This is just already assembled, so it's a little bit easier. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start by creating like a circle or a circle-ish type shape, and I'm just going to slowly start to move it over this way. So what I can do is I'll probably leave the first couple of pages blank. This is 1, 2. So then I'm going to kind of fold that up, and then I'm going to start over here with just the edge of a circle. So from there I have to think about where it's at, and I have to think about the scale of it, so I can kind of put some lines on the side of my stack of paper, and that helps me know what size it needs to be. So from there I'm going to start to see a little bit more of it, and then a little bit more. And you want to try to keep it somewhat consistent in how much it's moving. Hopefully you can kind of see this. And it'll be kind of jumpy, and that's okay. It's our first time doing it. We're just trying to keep it somewhat similar. And you can always go back and look at the ones that you've already done. And you can kind of see through the paper, which helps a little bit too, so you can see about how far it's moved. You could do this with a rectangle, you could do it with a circle, it doesn't really matter. So a lot of times I'll have to kind of come back and see about how far off I am. You can even put like marks on your table surface, like this is now where the back of this sphere is, right here, or well, the circle. So now I know that I need to move it over a little bit now here. So now I've got it here. There. That ended up a little bit bigger, that's okay. If you wanted to, you could get something that you could just trace, and that might make it a little bit easier. So like if I had a penny and I was tracing that, that would make it a lot easier. And then you can go back and clean this up a little bit afterwards as well. I'm just trying to do this kind of quick and rough so you get the idea of how it works. And then we'll kind of start to complicate these things as we progress through the rest of the semester. And hopefully we'll all be getting a little bit better at it. So now, you kind of go through and you can see it move. So all I want for you to do at this point is something kind of quick and simple, like just something moving across the piece of paper. You can see that I was putting little marks on my surface here so I get a somewhat even transition between each drawing. And that didn't take me all that long. Again, if you were to use something to trace, it would be a lot nicer. So if you have trouble drawing the same shape over and over again, I'm perfectly okay with that. So all I want you to send me is a very small file image of just this, just you flipping through your drawings. That's all I need to see. You can probably film it on your phone. That's how I'm doing this. And then you can either airdrop it or email it to yourself. Just try to keep the file size as small as possible so you can email it to me. If you're having trouble with that, let me know. Thanks.